Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue on with the single missions. The last time we did Last Harbor, where we protected some Ticonderoga class cruisers. Today, let's see, we will be doing Shield, Mission 9. Shield, location, France, date May 21st, local time 1100 hours, weather clear, multiplayer recommendations and settings, cooperative 5 lives, 20 minutes. Mission objective, friendlies. Several enemy C-130 transports are headed for the forward edge of battle area in order to make an airdrop. Your objective is to destroy the enemy transports before they return to enemy airspace. Enemies. Your objective is to protect several C-130 transports on their way to and from the front. Threat suppression data, friendlies, ground opposition unknown, air opposition unknown. Enemies, ground opposition unknown, air opposition unknown. A little light on the details. And it does look like we will be going solo. So, this almost seems like a perfect mission for the F-14. Nice interception. So, we'll pack some heat for close-in defense, but I'm hoping to take out the transports before that's needed. So with that, let's get started. Alright, we are taking off from the air base. We're just gonna range our radar out all the way right away. And we'll take that beautiful flyby view as we take off. Beautiful. So with that, let's start getting altitude and seeing what we're up against here. Lots of Raphaels, drones. Oh, we're still about 20 degrees off center. We are, oh, shit, I thought it was at 80, not 60. Hey, there's our target. We'll load up a Phoenix missile. And we have a 94% hit chance because it's such a large target, so with that we will loose one up. And let's take the altitude advantage here. So we'll go, not that vertical. With a full load and full fuel, we unfortunately do have a less than one thrust ratio, but I believe the F-14, once it gets down to a 50% fuel load, the F-14D specifically, it does gain a 1-to-1 thrust ratio, if I remember correctly. Might be thinking of a different aircraft, but looks like we did just have a group of bogies lock onto us. We'll try to keep them at a distance, because I would much rather not have to work too hard to take these transports down. And that is our mission, not to engage with, 20 fighters. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. He's gone evasive. And now we have a 100% hit chance, so can't beat that. Okay, so we gotta keep an eye on these guys, but where did, oh, there we go. Unfortunate. I hate that we just barely missed killing it outright. Like it probably has, one hit point left or something. So it's like, oh, now I gotta waste a Phoenix missile on that. So these guys are getting a little close, so I will move to, oh, they're actually within a decent enough range to, not that low. Alright, so there's one. Hopefully it hits. And hopefully this is the only flight I have to worry about engaging. He's deployed chaff. We got the Hercules. I think our, oh wow, that's great. Our AMRAAM hit the guy in front of him. Oh, that's a miss. He successfully, successfully spoofed that one. Alright, so these are Mirage F1s, third generation jets, I do believe. So hopefully that will give us enough of an advantage over these guys, as I sure as hell wasn't going to waste our Phoenixes on them. Ooh, and we just dropped our tanks, so now you know we're getting serious. Got him. Pull up, pull up. Alright, I gotta... There he is, okay. Alright. Ooh, someone's grabbing his attention, great. There's one more out there that'll be on my 6 pretty readily, but this gives me a chance to break for a second and target another one of the C-130s. Someone just got shut down. There we go, we got an AC-130. Okay, so these are war games, because no one else but Americans have those. Nearest bandit is 3 o'clock low, and I don't see anything, so that's good news. So I don't know who gave us assistance, but we're gonna try to take these guys out of range. Hopefully the RNGesus will be in our favor. I think we deserve a bit of... Oh, he's going to attack me. That would be amusing to see. Yeah, hopefully the RNGesus is in our favor, because I don't want to have to gun my way through another wing of fighters or something, you know. Alright, looks like it's going to be a good hit. Oh, we're going to have to go in for guns on the... C-130. So to that end, they are 25 miles away, so I do want to grab a little more altitude so we can dive past these Mirage 2000s and just take out that last C-130. Man, if we had a wingman, we would have been made. Woo! Just wait for the screens to clear. At least there's only going to be... Okay, we have 2 Mirages and a Raphael, so that's not great. And whatever air cover we did have seems to have disappeared, so... And that Raphael can surely fuck us up, so... Just kind of waiting for all of their... to get as many missiles in the air as possible. So that way our chaff, you know, can pull double duty. Alright, and now we can commence our dive. So hopefully we can do this in one pass. Ah, come on, guys. Trying to make an attack run here, can't you see? Out of flares. Ow. Ow. How many fucking IR missiles do they have? Okay, that one missed. But still, fuck. At least they should be down the guns now. Now, granted, the other Raphael will fuck us up still, but, given the... I guess I'm not sure how we are supposed to do this without human help, so I don't think we'll quite make it back to base on this one. But, we'll at least accomplish our objective. I suppose... yeah, I could probably take an F-22 and dogfight my way through this, but... You know, that's not entirely the point of the mission, so... Got him. And now we are getting the hell out of here. Terrain following. Because that's about the only hope we have. There we go. We are just above treetop level. I don't know if that's going to hit us or not. Oh, phew. We took a... I did feel that vibration. We might have taken a teeny tiny bit of damage from that. But, yeah, we are low. And don't let the altimeter fool you. That's, the ones in this game are calibrated to above sea level, not above ground level. So we are probably at, like, 20 feet. In fact, I think this deserves a, oh, wrong key there. Whee! There we go. Look at that. Think we can get back a little lower, don't you? Oh god, how many of them are on my 6 now? Too many. Oh, that's... Oh, fuck. Well, we almost made it back. But yeah, I thought... I didn't think I would be, like, one-manning it against 3 squadrons of fighters. I mean, it's possible. We definitely could pick them off, but... I've had a long week. In fact, even just yesterday, I pulled 18 and a half hours for my job and then still came into work today, so... Yeah, I'm not really in the mood to do... But, okay, fight through the first group with guns, fight through the, That's what I would do with the F-22, is fight through the first group with guns, fight through the Mirages, probably the Mirage 2000s with guns or Sidewinders, and then use AMRAMs and Sidewinders and guns as needed on the Raphaels, and then come in with my remaining... By that point, I would almost assuredly be down to just guns and gun down the C-130s. And they weren't even especially durable either. The 20mm cannon made short work of that one, so... But, yep, mission accomplished. Debrief, location France, date May 21st. Mission Shield. Friendly success. You destroyed all of the designated enemy aircraft before they returned to enemy airspace. That's the other thing, too, is we are on a bit of a time limit, because if you remember, the biggest example I can remember, or, well, okay, there's 2 examples. If you think way back to, like, the second Vietnam campaign mission, where we have to like the second or third one where we have to escort A6s through the harbor while they mine it for Operation Pocket Change, was it, I think? You know, your mission, you have to protect them, but your mission is done once they hit their release point. So after that point, you don't have to protect them. It's the same deal with, you remember Warthog Charge from the Baltic campaign. You do have to protect them, but once they hit the release point, your mission and their mission is complete. So with the way this is configured, once those C-130s probably would have been a bit slow, but once they hit the release point, if there was even... Actually, kind of curious how that would work. Because normally we have to protect all the ground targets. So if even one made it back to its release point, we would probably lose. But on the flip side, if we shoot down at least one, the enemies would probably lose too. So, yeah, and even here it says enemies failure. You failed to protect all of the designated aircraft. So, this is actually a scenario where both friendlies and enemies could lose if, you know, you manage to destroy one or two transports but can't finish them off. You know, the enemies lose for not protecting all of them, and the friendlies lose for not killing all of them, at least not all of them before their release points, so... But yeah, we destroyed the 3 targets. Elapsed time was 11 minutes, 44 seconds. We were dead because we were skimming the treetops and took a missile up our tailpipe, and that basically just threw us into the ground. Okay, as far as kills, though, we did really fucking good, though. We got 2 fighter kills on the Mirage F1s, and then we killed 2 C-130s and an AC-130, so our KD is pretty positive, at least. We fired 8 missiles, of which it looks like... That's right. So all of our Phoenix missiles hit. It's pretty hard to miss a large, slow, lumbering target like a Hercules. Then I know one of our AMRAAMs hit. It didn't hit its intended target, but because we had fired at... Oh god, it technically did miss. Because I think... I don't know if we fired at the leader. I want to say we fired at... Like, the radar had picked out the second aircraft in their formation. And I think we hit the lead aircraft with our AMRAAM. And we killed it, but it wasn't the aircraft we were aiming for. Then we fired our second AMRAAM, which we saw got spoofed by chaff, unfortunately. So that's our 12% spoofed, and then we fired the AIM-9X at the Mirage 2000s as they closed with us. Or no, we did fire them at the F1s, but both of those failed. So, and then we had 27% hit on our gun, which actually I was pretty proud of how we had that pipper lined up the whole time as we were approaching the C-130. I had to break for a second just to, maintain the turn. My yaw rate needed to stay locked on, but that was beautiful. There were 35 missile launches on us, so... Oh god, yeah, so, like, as an F-22, yeah, maybe we could have done this if we... conserved our chaff and tried to use our stealth and jamming as much as possible. But in a 4th gen jet like this, the only way you're going to really survive that many missiles hitting you is with having additional potted ECM or additional potted countermeasures. In fact, I think if you recall from the Baltics campaign, we used a lot of countermeasure pods flying the Typhoon, and to a lesser extent the Raphael. And those things will save your bacon big time. But we just didn't have room to mount it. Well, I take that back. We might have been able to mount those in place of our fuel tanks, or our drop tanks, but we used those to get close enough to basically let us afterburn so we could get close enough to the C-130 to down it. So of those 35, 3 of them hit, and they were all 3 of those were short-range IR missiles. I believe, since these were predominantly French aircraft we were fighting, they probably would have been Magic missiles. We jammed, what is that, 4 or 5 missiles it looks like, based on the percentages. And about 7, maybe 18, 19 we spoofed. And then the rest just outright failed. I was really hoping, if they hadn't been able to close with us and start hitting us with missiles, I think we actually would have made it back to the recovery zone of our base. We wouldn't have survived the landing attempt because I don't think they programmed any real air-ground defense into the area. But we would have made it back to the safe recovery zone. Because the Raphaels had used up all of their long-range missiles. Everyone used up all their long-range missiles. So if we had managed to weather that storm of IR missiles, I have a video. I don't know if I listed it as part of the series or if it's in the random videos or what, but when you are within 50 feet of the ground, the AI will almost never be able to hit you with guns because their AI is chained in such a way that they have to maintain a minimum distance above ground. Or above sea level, rather. And they also, they can temporarily kind of dip down, but they can't really track you. You know, they can't get down on the deck with you and track you. So what ends up happening is they will often overshoot you because they can dip down for all of like a half second before their chain forces them back up. And they will just constantly overshoot you. It's very intimidating, but they generally won't hit you unless, you know, there's enough RNG or you suddenly like if you're going slow and you suddenly accelerate. So that's why I was really counting on that. I was hoping all the ground interference would scatter. It did scatter that. I think there was a radar missile they sent our way that we did manage to evade, so. But yeah, that's what I was banking on, and it worked most of the way. But again, we were a lone F-14 facing a multitude of 3rd, 4th, and 4.5 generation aircraft, so I'm impressed we got as far as we did, honestly. So that concludes today's mission. So with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there and we'll see you then.